The balance of colors can also cause great loss. You see, each color passes through its sisters. If you refuse to decide which color will guide your ascent, they will have their own battle, and many of the sisters will not survive. Trust me, I know this will happen. The future inevitably reveals itself to me. Do you know what happens when you fill one of the sisters with color? Don't be afraid. You won't die forever. Color will demand you only let two sisters live that have one favorite color in common, so we don't stand in each other's way. Color only needs one of us. Strong colors will determine everything, because the brothers will begin killing the other color sisters. Maybe the rite of devotio doesn't scare you, but don't you feel sorry for us? Can't you stop this from happening? Do you see this web of chambers? We call it the void. Each chamber is connected to several others. That's because a chamber is not a place, but a state of the soul. But I'll explain that to you later. The strings that tie the chambers together are not roads, they're just connections. They allow you to move from one place to another gradually, step by step. Otherwise, you might lose your sanity. You set me free, guest? Thank you. Can you guess what kind of life I will give birth to from my color? Have you understood its nature yet? What will it be? A discovery, a carnival, a war, a new kind of man, or a new faith? Too bad you won't be able to see it. And now, help me ascend.
Those to earth who are forever hurled cannot enjoy the vastness of the fields, as time's each passing moment yields the dancing shadows of other worlds. The soul sees the flicker far and vague, as on the surface of this ancient regret one tried to read the holy alphabet, but lost the pattern in his own plague. And so he walks the dust of earthly sod, an apostate, a self-forgotten god. In things familiar, he seeks forbidden codes. His flesh, immortal, is shrouded in flames, and to him, even death does simply nod. Him who saw the dreams and knew the names.
I've been watching her again, godsend. And you know what? I think she's preparing to give birth to a new life. She moves like an animal, as if she's searching for a safe place, like a bird looking for a place to build a nest. I don't understand you, but don't leave me, please. I need to see you all the time. Did you know that all it takes to see color is to believe in color? But to use it properly, you must pay close attention to it, always. See how much happiness you bring us. Good idea, but what do we do now? I haven't seen my dear godsend for so long. She's suffering. She calls to me all the time from up there. I tapped on the glass, waved to her, but she can't see me. She won't be able to give birth if you don't give her a soul for the new life. A soul filled with color. All the color the sleeper has. But does this mean you have to give her your life? If so, please, don't do it. I fell in love with you the moment I first saw you. At first I wasn't ready, But now I see that I can't go on without you. But what's done can't be undone. If people like you live there, I think maybe everything should be left as it is. And if I don't ascend, then Godsend will return too. She'll wake up and return to her limit. For her, this whole place is a nightmare. I guess that's how it is. I don't want to become the reason for your suffering, or hers. You're both dear to me.
She's silent, like you. She's concentrating, that's why. Don't worry. She'll have a lot to say up there, on the surface. She's ready to give birth to the new life. But you're not ready. You must fill yourself with me to the brim, to bursting.
Who saw the dreams and knew the names, who heard the grasses talking to each other, who learned the will of their ancient father and listened to the songs of tidal waves, the ones whose souls have been purified, the ones harnessed to the pain of challenge, who lit the mystic candles on the fringe, who became a pure shade of darkest nights, who didn't squeeze their grape to sinful glass and didn't seek the joys of earthly leisure, not in the priestess's dance nor in the pleasure, but who descended into hell's morass to meet their shadow at the very bottom. They don't expect hearts with love to blossom.
You think you have a lot of hearts? In truth, you have only one. But who has the heart of breakthrough? You may be thinking a brother has it. Maybe yes, maybe no. Or maybe one of the sisters has it. Do you think there are too many sisters? Before there were even more. Many sisters. But only one of them is yours. Only one of them is real. Find her, guest. And don't make any mistakes, or it will be too late. You might even be able to return the one who left of her own will. Everything is in your hands, guest. You're leading us to a fertile death. Don't be sad.
You're quite godlike, guest. Give me more of your blood, and it will sprout like golden blossoms on the surface. You set me free, guest? Thank you. Can you guess what kind of life I will give birth to from my color? Have you understood its nature yet? What will it be? A discovery? A carnival? A war? A new kind of man? Or a new faith? Too bad you won't be able to see it. And now, help me ascend.
She's silent, like you. She's concentrating, that's why. Don't worry. She'll have a lot to say up there on the surface. She's ready to give birth to the new life. But you're not ready. You must fill yourself with me to the brim, to bursting.
I know the bliss of Letta's waters. Why does my spirit cry into the night? It knows not the taste of burning spite. It pleads not to Satan's wily daughters. The circle's broken and the chants dispelled. While everyone is bathed in brilliant rays, rejoicing in the wine of passing days, we're drawn to lights beyond the blue sky's shell. The rustling grass, the shimmer of the swamps, a lazy wind plays out a vain romp and carries the shade of Persephone to Pleiades, who gazes through the gust. Yet my spirit has a sad mistrust, crying as I contemplate antiquity.
That didn't hurt, did it? It's not hard to feed someone with your blood. Your new teachers only know how to take, and will only teach you the same. They fear even the idea of being able to give color. That's where their greed comes from, heartless and blind. They've mistaken hell for heaven. They're eternally dead and in constant fear of losing their paradise. And you're afraid too. You still lack the courage to free one of us. That didn't hurt, did it? It's not hard to feed someone with your blood. Hunger is when you want to scream from indifference. And this wandering spirit is the hungriest of us all. You glutton. It's not a coincidence you were born at Sister Death's. Well, then help her escape. Go, wanderer, and cry sour tears over her grave. She felt sorry for you and took care of you? Of course she did. Go and give her your true heart. I'm not for you. Oh, guest, you really do not comprehend. You're so frozen and fertile and narrow-minded. So much so that the upper limit will surely die from a hunger like this one. You set me free, guest? Thank you. Can you guess what kind of life I will give birth to from my color? Have you understood its nature yet? What will it be? A discovery? A carnival? A war? A new kind of man or a new faith? Too bad you won't be able to see it. And now, help me ascend.
She's silent, like you. She's concentrating, that's why. Don't worry. She'll have a lot to say up there on the surface. She's ready to give birth to the new life. But you're not ready. You must fill yourself with me to the brim, to bursting.
Spirit cries, entangled by the weeds. They grew from seeds nourished by blackness. Their poison stuns. They bind in shackles, like horrors sealed in the pyramids. But neither fireborn marble nor granite can make a frame immune to the power of the flows of ageless primal lava that runs through our veins and fills us with might. The tomb of suns. The urn of dead world's ash, the corpse of Moon and Saturn's lifeless flesh, is set in mind and taken by the heart. In dying stars, life is born anew, but spirit's force is granted to a few who hold life's transcendent pains apart. Above the rippling surface waves has grown a solemn, rocky highland built of bricks, with chasms black and floods of crimson rocks, and boundaries woeful of the land unknown. I see the dreams so marvelously sad, the creeks of land so solid and encrusted, where wave and tide upon shores are busted, while singing by the mournful twilight's bed. And canvas in the dark plies a quiet course, trembling with an ancient, mystic force, the force of wind and raspy, breathless ripple. In ways of constant dare and righteous struggle, my boat is led along by shearing tumult, and skies are lit with starry, shining sparkle.
Dearest brother, your duty is to stay here and take responsibility. Responsibility for the canvas you've drawn with your own color, your own blood.